Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. I'm trying out my laptop again over here by where I game. This is my game table. I'm sitting over here. Uh, Me and my buddies, they came over yesterday. Look at me. I look like a crazy person. Jeez. That's the way it is with me. All of a sudden, I need a haircut. Sorry, guys. I look like a homeless person. So my buddies came over yesterday. It was my friend Jen. She sat there. Jimmy sat there. Roy, Scott next to me. I always sit here. This is my seat. And then Dave sat over here. We played a game called Twilight Imperium. Here is one of the rule books. I mean, check out this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rule books. It's super complicated for the sake of complication. It's super long for the sake of being long, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite games. If a board game, and it is a board game, if a board game is long and complicated, but I enjoy it, that stuff is it's filled with lore, it's filled with complications. It's unnecessarily long. And like I said, I absolutely enjoy playing this game. But when you're an adult, it's hard to get adults to play it. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting everything away. So I got to move the laptop. But you can see this is the box. I'm putting everything away in the box, and it's like playing Tetris because I might as well show this. So this was a Kickstarter that I backed, and it was Twilight Imperium comics. And now that I think about it, where the hell did I put the comics? But I got these hardcovers for all the for it. There was a Zombicide comic book that was pretty good. A Rising Sun comic book. I think, Twilight Imperium comic that I didn't read yet, and I know there's more. Massive Darkness. And then when you bought the comic book, see, I bought it because I wanted the comic books, and then it came with these pieces. So what are these pieces? I might as well show you. These are little miniatures of individual flagships. So you pick the flagship that you want, and then you put, there's 8 colors. Oop, the flagships are escaping. So I might as well show this one. But this is one of the miniatures. That is just so cool. So each player could take their own flagship. And then each player has, this is what I played. I don't know why. Well, I picked this because this was the 3rd edition miniature. Everybody had a flagship that looked like this. So I just picked it just for the hell of it. Dave picked this one. And then you, like, say you're pink or purple, pink, whatever. They all have these little bases, so you could tell who's playing them. So each, you don't have to pick the same one all the time. But they're really, really cool. And I don't know, I just like having all the bells and whistles whenever I play a game. This was Scott's flagship. He played this thing. Jimmy played this one. It's my least favorite. It looks like a dolphin. But this one is really cool. I should have played this one. This one is really, really cool. But so what am I doing? I'm just putting the game away. Now, I set the game up. We played Saturday at noon. I set the game up. I woke up I woke up. I always wake up early. So I woke up around 6, made myself coffee, and then I came down here, scrubbed the toilet. Guests are coming over. One of them's a girl. You don't want to, my wife never comes down here. So this is my domain. So I cleaned up the area and set up the board game. It took me like 2 hours to set up the board game. Then I reread a couple of the rules, and then I waited. And my goal is to have a perfect game whenever I play a game. It's like I just want to play according to the rules. I don't care if I win. Now, full disclosure, I always come in last place when I play this game. Always. And it's partially because I'm stupid and partially because I'm so concerned. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? And I'm answering everybody's questions. They're concentrating on themselves and I'm concentrating on everybody. Yeah, I know that sounds like an excuse, but it's the truth. I want to win, but I want other people to have fun more than I want to win. We agreed we like the game. So this is the closest I've ever come to playing a perfect game, meaning we didn't follow every rule. I don't think we're ever going to play a perfect game. It's just too much. It's just too much, too fiddly, too many little things. But we got really close. Scott's a rules lawyer, and it was good because we're going through every time anybody had a question, Scott and I figured out the proper way to do it. We made a mistake, but everybody made the same mistake the first round, and then we course corrected. So it worked out. I don't think anybody got an advantage. So let's check out some of these comments. I'm just impressed that my laptop is working so well over here. That's good. Usually it robot. So let me ask. Maybe it's on my robot now. Is everything look good? Sound good? Hey Zach Tan, what's up? Hope you're having a blessed Sunday. Yeah, I'm having a really good Sunday. I woke up, did my Sunday comics. You were there. I had I don't know if I'm gonna, but somebody I'm friends with, we had a private video talk. His kid wants to write comics. And man, this kid was so interesting and so fun. I enjoyed every second of it. And he actually gave me a few. There it goes. Just roboted now, right? And I just enjoyed talking with this guy. So, and then I had my lunch, read some comics. I read a comic that I didn't particularly like, but I got to read every comic I buy. I gotta read. What is going on? I guess I spoke too soon. It looks like it's falling apart now, this video. All right. So what's the next comment? Hey, Garfield says, how you doing? Okay, the rules and lore of Twilight Imperium. So it's in the future. It's like 5,000 years in the future. And in the future, this planet called Mechatol Rex becomes the most advanced and peaceful and greatest planet in the galaxy. And they reach out and basically form an alliance with all the others, and peace reigns through the galaxy. Everything's good. And then 1,000 years of peace goes by. All the planets like, why am I paying taxes to you, guys? And they're like, it's because we're the sexual authority. We're keeping the peace. We're keeping the law. It's like, I don't want to pay taxes anymore. Next, civil wars break out, and then somebody just nukes Mechatol Rex. And all of the worlds, all of the empire, like all the little kingdoms, races, they all fight each other. And now there's like 1,000 years dark age in the galaxy. And now things are recovering, and everybody's vying to be the new emperor. They want to. So what you got to do is, or is like, well, on this planet, and it's modular. So like we have like tiles. You put down tiles and randomly take them out. So each time you play, it's different. And depending upon how many players, how many tiles out. And you just conquer it. The next planet's over, building up your empire. And the way you win is you get 10 points. And how do you get points? Well, that's different. There's a deck of cards. Literally, like these are objective cards. So like, and then you shuffle the deck and you put out 10 of them. And as you score them, you put a marker on it. So you can't score the same card twice. And like everybody's building their empire, sooner or later, somebody's going to land on Mechatol Rex and they declare themselves the emperor. And they're going to get a point every turn that they stay on Mechatol Rex. So the game is like building up. And you're like, should I take it? Should I take it? Because once you take Mechatol Rex, you're a target of everybody. And then, sure enough, Jen took Mechatol Rex, Roy kicked her out, and then Roy ended up winning the game, which is usually what happens. The first person to take Mechatol Rex never usually wins. And then once you take Mechatol Rex, the game just amplifies. It kicks into high gear. How does it? Explaining the rules will take all night long, but everybody takes one action until you pass. And then when you pass, we do the scoring phase. Can you score a point? Can you score a point? Can you score a point? And then after all that, then we do a politics phase. We vote on laws and rules and things like that. So each round takes about an hour. So that's why I say it's a 10-hour game, because it's usually a point an hour. Although Roy won on the 6th turn. So 6 turns. We played from noon till 7 p.m. 6 turns. It sounds like torture to some people. Jen was going to bring her boyfriend. And I said, you're welcome to bring your boyfriend, because we could fit 8 people. So he'd be the 7th. But he's not leaving, and he's playing, and I don't want to hear any complaints. I don't know if he's a civvy, if he's a normie, or if he's a board gamer. But, we're not playing Scrabble or, this is, so he ended up bowing out, which thank God, it would have ruined the game if somebody they were in for. If she just needed a ride and a guy came and sat here for that long. We get food. I got my refrigerator over here stocked with all the goodies and everything. So that I think that answered the question. Let's go to the next. All right. It looks like my laptop isn't going as good as I thought it was. Yeah. You fools, you blew it all up. Yeah. That was Chesterton's capital plant. What's Chesterton? Chesterton is so. Am I still roboting? Does it look good? All right. So I caught up on all the comments. I didn't expect too many people here. It was a spur of the moment thing. So I was putting the cards away and our baggies. Oh, so let me tell you some of the ways to score. Okay, so here is a card. So this is 1 point. Be the last player to pass during a game round. So these are secret objectives. See, that's a stylized S. So these cards, everybody's dealt one at the beginning, and then sooner or later you could get an opportunity to get another card. So only the person who holds this card. So when it's time at the status phase, everybody has an opportunity to score a secret objective and a public objective. Public objectives are open for everybody. Let me see if I can find the stack of public objectives. See, there's just okay. Yeah, here's the public objectives. So I'll read a few secret objectives. Win a combat against a player whose promissory note you had in your play area at the start of your tactical action. That's the secret objective I had, and I was just stupid because I had the ability to force people to take. So my race, each race has their own abilities. So my race had the ability to learn technology and to force trade. So I should have forced trade with people, get a note, and then attack them, and then I would have gotten a free point. And a point is super important. If you don't score a point every turn, because you can only get 2 points a turn, 3 points a turn if you own Mechatol Rex. So if you don't score, you're behind the 8 ball right away. So I kind of screwed up by not getting this. So control planets that have a combined influence value of 12. So that means just expand empire, which anyway, so it's kind of an easy objective. We've done that anyway. Here's another one. Control Mechatol Rex, or have 3 or more ships in the system. So there you go. You know what I mean? These are all private. So I went and I found a box full of baggies. So next time I sort it up, I could just throw bags on the table and sort it up. It's funny because the joke is whenever you go and buy these little plastic bags, either you're a drug dealer or a gamer. So I was looking for, I knew I had a box full of these little bags. I found it, and now I could finish sorting all these little bags. So these are public objectives. objectives. Oh, chest basically Chesterton fence is a fence that you don't know the reason for. You want to get rid of it, but the wise thing to do is not get rid of it until you know why it's there. Oh, okay. So you come upon an area and there's a fence. You don't know who built it or why. So you just leave it up. There must have been a I roboted out. I lost a bunch of viewers. I don't blame you. Don't blame you. No offense. It was working too well. So this is the public objective. For 5 rounds, there's 1 pointers, and then the second half of the game, there's 2. And the game was over by the 6th round, because Roy had Mechatol Rex, which enables you to get an extra point. So he was able to get 3 points a turn. So spend 5 trade goods. So you got to collect trade. So every time you play these 5 of these throughout the game. So I give these a little shuffle. And then the next one that's spend 5 trade goods. Let's see what the next one would be. Control 2 planets that have attachments. Those are the ones that we had, so I didn't shuffle these. I just put the cards on top. Have units in systems on the edge of the game board other than your home system. Have 2 units in systems that contain legendary planets, Mechatol Rex, or anomalies. That was one of the few that I actually scored. And then these would be 2-pointers, 2-point objectives. So obviously these are going to be a little harder. Have 8 or more non-fighter ships in one system. That's pretty hard to do. You actually have to have like a support for a fleet. At the beginning of the game, you can only have a fleet of 3 ships, meaning each tile. So, here is a tile. This is called the system. So each system could only support 3 capital ships, and then capital ships are ships that are independent, like flagships, cruisers, dreadnoughts, carriers, and then anything smaller. So think of it like the Death Star would be a capital ship, or the Mon Calamari cruiser, and then TIE fighters and X-wings would be support ships. They need to be supported by the capital ships. So the little ships don't count against your fleet. So you have to have enough logistics to build it so that you could have a 7-fleet system. Seven ships in a system. That's rough. So spend 10 trade goods. Spend 16 resources just to score a point. Found the golden age. Become a legend. Have 4 units. Have units in 4 systems that contain legendary planets, Mechatol Rex, or anomalies. Yeah, there you go. I mean, these are tough. So you shuffle this deck. You put 5 here. You put 5 down there, and then this is the heart of the heart of the game is the action. But let me get this. So this is like a bag of all the red pieces, and then I bought red dice, so nobody has to touch each other's dice. That's funny because whenever you play a game, nobody wants to touch anybody else's dice. They're alien dice. So I realized I never bought orange dice, so I got to buy orange dice. Where? So there's a really cool mechanism that to me is the heart and soul of this game. And of course I can't find it now. Oh, there it is. Okay. So to me, this is the heart and soul of this game. Okay, these are called the strategy cards. So every round starts with the strategy phase. It's complicated. So it starts with somebody being the speaker. So they are, at the beginning of the game, they're the figurehead. But once you control Mechatol Rex, they actually have real important. Zaktan. So points are the winning condition, but they're that they give you more resources. That's a different. Resources are different than points. You want to score points to win. The game ends immediately as soon as somebody scores the 10th point, or you go 10 rounds, and then whoever has the most points wins. There's the long version, which is 14 rounds. I've never played that. I would love to. I would love to play that. And you need at least 3 people to play. But I was thinking of setting up a 2-person play and then recording it and just playing both sides, just to show you guys this game. It would be tough to keep track of 3. Maybe I'll do 3, but that would just take up so much room. But these are the strategy cards. When the first edition, they look like this. They're shaped like this, so it was written top down, so it looked like the opening scroll from Star Wars. I like that better. But there's 8 of these, and they're in number order, and these cards determine your order. So the order of play changes depending upon your strategy card. Now, so what happens? You're the speaker. The first time, you're supposed to roll dice, randomly assign who's the speaker. After that, there's ways to become the speaker. So the speaker picks first, and there's 8 of these cards. The first card being leadership. What does that do? That gives you the ability to command. So this card will give you need resources to become a leader. So this card will give you resources to command troops. This card, politics, allows you to pick who's going to be the next speaker. So you could pick anybody except the person who is the speaker to become the next speaker. And that's great, because if you're the speaker, you get to pick first. So if you want to go first and score first, because also you score points based on your initiative. So maybe, you know what I mean? So if you get the 1, and me and Scott both have 9 points, becoming the speaker is super important. So, what will you give me? You know what I mean? You wheel and deals in this game too. So give me 10 resources, I'll guarantee that you're not going to attack me, or give me your support for the throne card, which means I get an extra point, things like that. So, and then this gives you the ability to control the election. This kind of sits fallow for a while until Mechatol Rex is occupied, and then this becomes super important. But this usually is the one that people skip for a while. All right, here's number 2, diplomacy. This is good because it forces another player to make a deal with you. So I take diplomacy. So I see Scott's about to invade me. I take diplomacy, and I force him to not be able to attack me. I should have played this one. This one got skipped most of the time. This is number 7. This is technology. Everybody wants this one. This just you get technology. So you see these are technology trees. This is deck. This you get, and when you buy a card, you get more and more abilities. The cards with chips on them upgrade your ships, and the cards with like computer chips up this general science for you. Some of them allow you to build shields. Some of them allow you to travel through asteroid belts. Some of them are engines there. Some give you pluses on combat. So you want technologies. So everybody always wants this card, but you go 7th. So if there's 7 people playing, you're going last. Construction, this goes every turn. This allows you to, so you get to build. You need troops. You need ships to the galaxy. Warfare. When somebody takes warfare, the poop's getting real. This allows you to move troops quicker, across, because it's a slow process. Boom, boom, boom. It usually takes like 2 hours before you even have a neighbor, unless somebody's playing real aggressive. Somebody's taking warfare. They're just whipping across the galaxy. So, trade. This one is always skipped. And I pointed out at the beginning of the game, I said, this is more important than you think, because I played a race that deals a lot with trade and technology. So I was taking this a lot. So I was pretty wealthy. And but I just didn't play very well because I was so busy answering questions, looking up rules. And now that I'm looking at the card, I realized I skipped one of the most important things of this card. And then the last one is Imperial. This is number 8. This one is so on your turn, again, this is unnecessarily complicated. It's going to make no sense to you. You have to do something. And you have tactical actions, that's moving ships. Then you can have component actions, which is you have a card that allows you to do something, and then usually you burn the card. The action cards. There's a whole big deck. These little cards enable you to legally break the rules once, as long as you have the card, things like that. And then there's strategy action. Strategy actions is this card gives you an action, and you have to do this card at some point. So when it's your turn and you can't do anything, you pass. You take your card, you flip it over to show that you passed. You know what I mean? And then when everybody passes, then we move on to the next phase. We give these cards back, and then the strategy phase, we bid for these cards again and start all over again. Every time these cards go back and come back, that's a new round. But so after everybody passes, the person with the 1 then goes and scores. Okay. Can you score a point, Jimmy? No, you can't. Okay. Roy, can you score a point? Because he had 2 and 3. So the Imperial, this allows you to score when you use this action. I know it sounds weird and it doesn't make sense until you play, but the primary ability of this card is so everybody went. So everybody went, and it's your turn. This is the action phase. You don't score points during the action phase unless you have this card. Immediately score 1 public objective. So you could score public objective. Then gain 1 victory point if you control Mechatol Rex. If you don't control Mechatol Rex, you could get a secret objective card. And then when it's the status phase, you could score again. So I mean, this card is really important. When people are going for this card, you're like, uh-oh. So because you could score an objective. Okay. Then when it's the status phase, you could score your secret objective and another objective. So that's 3 points. And if you control Mechatol Rex, that's 4 points, and 10 is the victory condition. So, be careful of people who grab warfare and the Imperial strategy. But this, to me, these 8 cards are the heart of this game, and it makes it so much fun. So much fun. So, again, I was sorting the game, and I was just here's a little fighter. You get a bag full of miniatures. So you can pick whatever color you want, and then there's color-coded decks. You take the decks that go with that color, and then I bought dice for every color, so they're in the bag. So when you grab, what I'm doing now is there's 2 components. You pick a color, and then you pick a race. And there's cards for the color, and there's cards for the race. So what I have here is all the race cards. So yes, I'm playing with the race card. And so I'm sorting all the race cards and putting them in their own little bag so that it's easy. So I could just go, okay, what race do you want to be? I want to be the humans. Okay, here's the humans cards. And I want to be blue. Okay, here's all the blue cards. So now you're the blue humans. What are you? You're the, the green lizards. They're not called that, but I'm just making it easy. And then you can pick your own flagship and stick the base on it, and you're ready to go. So so here's the humans. The Federation of Sol. Keep in mind, this is like 10,000 years in the future. So this is the Federation of Sol. So all of these cards. So this is Earth. It goes by the name of Jord in this game. So this is Earth. So that's our planet. So you get this as your homeworld. It produces 4 resources and 2 influence. And then here's a little fluff about Earth. So, you know, and then everybody gets 3 agents. So these are the Earth agents. So everybody has the same thing. You have a level 1 agent that you get at the beginning of the game, a level 2 agent that you need to unlock, and then a level 3 agent that has a superpower, but he basically dies while doing it. That's why he's a hero. He goes out in basic glory. And then everybody has a unique trade agreement card. Everybody has a unique mech card. So this is the rules for everybody's mech. And then they have some sort of like upgrade, a special upgrade. They happen to, for the humans, it happens to be Space Marines, and then the ability to carry more Space Marines. So these are unique to the humans. So I took all of their cards and I'm putting them in a bag so that I don't have to search through literally 1,000 cards. And I'm going to do that for every race. So that's what I mean by sorting and talking. So any comment? Anybody stuff interesting, guys? So now just take, like I said, I had to stop last night because I couldn't find the bags. And then today I was like, oh, I think I know where they are. And I went into my comic book room, and there's a long box that doesn't have comic books in it. It's just like I throw things in there, and it was just filled with little bags. So what are the other races? These just have the symbols on them. They don't have the names. But the other races, oh man, I just whacked this and mixed them all up. Okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Or was it? So now I'm gonna have to. All right, but like, so this is a book just of lore. Oh, this is just lore, just backstories. The lore compendium, references to the lore. This is the rules reference. So this is just like an encyclopedia, in alphabetical order. And this is the learn to play. So this is like the outline of each. This is the outline. So I keep this on a table next to me, and I just, because I just don't want to make a mistake. So what are the races? Oh, okay. Here's how I'll have to get the races. So each race has a map. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought. I'll put the flagship. So under the flagships, we got mats. Okay, so here, as you can see, so we got the Titans of Ur. So this is all their lore. A picture of what they look like. A picture of what they look like. What the other side? I can't do it. A picture of what they look like. And then down here is what they start with. And then you flip it over. And this is what you look at during play. This tells you all the stats on all their ships. This tells you their unique powers, how good they are at trade. So everybody has basically the same ships, but these numbers are different. And then they have a unique flagship. So that's the Titans of Ur. This is the University of Jalnar. That's where I played. So these are the smart guys. They're really bad at fighting, and they're good at technology. So you got to learn to use the strengths of each race. This is the Nazroka Alliance. So these are 2 races. They're like a symbiotic. Surely you must know that. They're like cat people, and then like little like mouse people that ride them. So it's like a cat and mouse race. What do we got here? The Barony of Letnev. So these are like arrogant geniuses, and like I said, this is all fun. I got to sit and read all of this one day. What do we got here? The Nomads. The Nomad. And I couldn't begin to tell you their powers. I don't have these memorized. So this is the Liznet mindset. So these are like these are organic beings that like infuse themselves with artificial intelligence. So they're like a cybernetic genius race. So kind of like the Borg. You can see who they're copying a lot. So the Borg, and this is the Mentek Coalition. I don't really know much about them. They look like some sort of like human hybrids. So the Mentek Coalition, they're like, it looks like they're space pirates. What is this? The Ghosts of Creus. These are really cool because they don't even start on the board. They come from another dimension. They are really cool. So what you do is they got this special L, and you just put it away from the board, and they control wormholes. So they could go through the wormholes. I love that. So they got the A wormhole. So somewhere on the board, if there's an A wormhole, they could pop up there, and they could go to B wormholes and C wormholes. And I think this tile flip back and forth to different planets. So they are really, really cool. They are really alien. So you got to watch out for them because if you play with the Ghosts of Chris, they just pop up all over the place. Arkham says, I don't think I have enough games. Yeah, I know. 3/4 of them are still in shrink wrap. Just don't have enough time for people to come out. I do. Like I'd play a game every day. It's just a lot of them you need somebody else to play. Although solo games are big. Like I've played Final Girl a lot. This game you need 3 people as the minimum. But I think I'm going to play a 2-player game live one of these days just to show everybody. Who is this? The Mahak Gene Sorcerers. Don't know anything about them. This is the Arborak. So these are like plant people. The Arborak. Yeah, so these are like, I guess, Triffids. The Brotherhood. I don't know anything about them. What do they do? They start out with a lot of troops, so these must be fighters. The people I played with started out with like a lot of technology and less troops. This is everybody's favorite, the Emirates of Hakan. They're lion people, and these are the master traders. Not traders, but trading. And what I'm playing is Twilight Imperium 4th edition, but they were there on the 1st edition. The guy who made the game just wanted to have lion people, so they're lion people, and they're just absolutely powerful when it comes to trade. So you could trade with people even if you're not neighbors. That's one of the mechanisms of the games is you actually have to be adjacent to a hex with somebody else before you could do any trade. So the first 2 rounds, there's really no trading. And then, and then the 3rd round, usually somebody's your neighbor, but they're usually fighting you. So, but these guys, they could trade with anybody no matter what. So you just think they have small ships throughout the galaxies. This is the Embers of Muat. So they occupy like a molten world. And most of these I haven't yet. The Israel tribes. These look like little gnomes. They look like little golems. Okay, so these are little. I like their power. Oh, I think I want to play them. I just read a little bit about them. So this is the Argent Flight. So they're like bird people. They look like. Yeah, come on down and play. I think this game would drive most people crazy. It's very finicky. The Sardak Noir. So these are like, if I remember correctly, yeah, they start with no technology. These are just brutes. These are like gene splicers. So these are like just rampaging monsters that go across the so these just like a hive insect race that just want to destroy. So think of these as like the insectoids from Starship Troopers. The Zacha Kingdom. So these are like big turtle people. They're very defensive. You know, the so this is just a virus that basically turns you into bitches. No matter what you. These like another Borg like race where they absorb other people, so they could learn. They can't research technology, but every time they fight and win a fight, they copy one of your technology cards. Everybody hates when somebody plays the Necrovirus. You're like, oh man, because that the only way they can advance is by fighting. The Vulrath Cabal. I don't know anything about these people. Nobody's ever played them. Yeah, they just look like hulking monstrosities. What is this? Oh, the Federation of Sol. These are the Earthlings. These are the humans. So I always like playing the humans. Yeah, I like playing the humans. Their main power is they can spawn space marines. The Empyrean. I don't know anything about this. What's their power? Oh, so their power is they could pass through other people's hexes even if there's troops. So they kind of like phase through, So they kind of, it's like they have cloaking technology. The Clan of Sar. What do they do? Oh, so they're scavengers. I don't think anybody's played them. The Naulu Collective, the sexy space siren chicks. What do they do? Oh, they always go first. Wow. It doesn't matter what strategy card they take, they always go first. Wow, that is really powerful. And the Winu, what do they do? You don't have to spend influence tokens to. Okay. So these people are the legit so Mechatol Rex apparently colonized other worlds, and these are the race that lived on Mechatol Rex. So they have the biggest claim to the throne. That's their advantage. So that's all the races. I heard rumors that they're coming out with another expansion, but the way I do things, just to limit, so I'm not constantly buying stuff. Just like I do with comic books, I have if I'm collecting a Batman, I won't buy issue 25 until I have up to 24. So even if I see 25 in the stores, I won't buy it until I have 20. It's just a way to limit myself so I'm not constantly buying comics. Same with board games. Even if there's an expansion out, I won't buy the expansion until I played the game. So now that I played Twilight Imperium, I'm allowed to look up to see if there's any new material for Twilight Imperium 4th edition. So I have the this is gonna be tough to get it in the box. I have the base game and then the Prophecy of Kings expansion. Yeah, Zach Den says neat, a lot of variety, while some are derivative, some are more original. And then Kojo says happy Sunday evening. Good to see you. So these cards are Front, each player takes 4 tiles plus their homeworld tiles. So they get 5 tiles. And everybody takes turns placing the tiles around the board. I have a player mat. So I don't want to pick it up. That'll move my cards. But I have a player mat, and it has spaces, so it's easy to build the game. And then that takes like an hour just to build the board, because everybody's like, oh, I don't want this. So you have to, you're going to put bad tiles near your enemies. You're going to put good tiles near you, but at the same time, your enemies are going to put bad tiles. So it all balances out because you're all building the game together. And then some of those bad tiles are just voids. There's nothing there. So on any void, I've been playing wrong, because it says any tile without a planet, an empty tile, gets one of these frontier token cards. They get a token, and then you cash in the token, and you get to take one of these cards. But that includes like black holes and nebulas and asteroid fields. I didn't realize that, so that'll open up this deck. This deck is usually 1 or 2 cards per game, but now that I found the real rule, this deck will play more in the real game. So now, since I messed up, so I got to make sure that I have the proper cards. So I'm going to count just for a second to see if each deck has the same amount of these racials. So this is each racial deck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 cards in this deck. So I just want to see if each deck has 7 cards. I know for a fact 1 or 2 of them have more, because they have unique technologies. So each racial deck, I'm putting them in a little bag with their symbol on it, so it should be easy to find. Like, so here's, I don't know who it is, but they got that star symbol. Some of them look similar, so it's kind of hard. That's why I want to put them in individual bags. So okay, so like I said, you pick your mat, your racial mat with your powers, and then you pick a color. That's usually easy. Everybody kind of, who knows what color they want to play. And then once you pick your race, you're going to get this. So, like I said, you pick color, you pick your race. So, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one has 9 cards. They all have on it. So there's a million more rules that I could explain. Anybody want to pop in? I'll put an invite in here. I'll put an invite in the chat. If anybody, keep in mind, I'm also on my laptop. So if it freezes up everything and makes everything difficult, I will shut you down. Don't take offense to that. It's just the limitations because I'm on my laptop. See, it's running pretty slow. And we'll see if that works on my laptop. Okay, I'll star it so it's there. Just let me know if you see it, if it works. It froze because I was putting an invite on my laptop. If I do anything but talk, it froze. So I have a feeling if anybody pops in, it's just going to crash this. So here's another racial card. Racial deck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I thought 7 was the average number. So far, 7 was the lowest number. Wow, 26 people watching me just put cards away. Thank you. You guys have a good weekend. What did you do? Anybody read any good comics this weekend? Anybody do anything nerdy? I don't have any kids, so I can spend more time in nerdy stuff. I'm not bragging, It's just the way it is. Hey, I'm the pro. How you doing? So here's another symbol on the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there we go. So that's all I'm doing. When I'm done with these cards, try to put the lid on the box, put the box back on the shelf, and call it a night. So here we go. Is another symbol. I'm putting away Twilight Imperium. Here is the cover to the box. Shows you the size of this monstrosity. Twilight Imperium. We played yesterday from noon to 7, and then at 7:30 I went over to Cooper's channel, Telepathic Bunny, and cryptids, conspiracies, and creatures, and captivation, and we talked about number stations. It was a lot of fun. So I'm just checking each card to make sure it has the symbol, because it would just drive me crazy if I gave out one of these bags to a player and they were missing a card and they don't know, and then around round 5 they went to do something and their card was missing, and then they're going to be like, I couldn't win because my card was missing. You know what I mean? So now I can make sure that they have everything, so it could they can't blame me for the fact that they lost. Plus, I don't want them to invest a full day into a game and then I ruined it because I messed up a card. What did you guys eat during the game break? Well, we didn't take a break. We ate. I got these little side tables over here. Gave everybody a side table, and we ordered Paisanos, an Italian place by me that delivers. And man, they got here quick. And I ordered a Da Vinci salad with extra chicken. So it was, lettuce, mozzarella cheese, red peppers, chicken, and then this delicious, oh my God, this delicious Caesar dressing sauce. It was so good. Jen got some sort of hero. I don't remember what she got. Jimmy, I don't know what Jimmy got. I wasn't paying attention, but Roy and Scott got a regular salad. They're watching their weight, and honestly, I don't remember what Dave got. He's one of these skinny guys that eats a lot and eats fast. So here is the next deck of cards. Look, I always thought this looked like the Green Lantern symbol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So we just ate while we were playing. That was good. Roy we just like Venmo'd Roy's money, and he ordered everything. And then my wife is upstairs. She was like, this guy's here already. All right, here's the next symbol. So again, you can only imagine just looking through a whole big deck of these cards for these, you don't know, some decks, apparently each deck so far had a different amount of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what I mean? So, and these planets aren't in the game unless that race plays. So the home, you only play with the home world if that race is playing in the game. So that's why I put the home world card in there, because that's a racial card. See, here is the next one. Looks like a solar system. That's what Jimmy played. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Okay. I got to start all over again because I got confused. Because there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this one has 10 cards. So I stand correct. Each deck has a different amount of cards. I thought 7 was the standard. What do I know? Has anybody played this game? Is it just me? Anybody, Bueller? So here is another symbol. Have you ever seen the animated movie Heavy Metal? Yeah, I used to love Heavy Metal. I still love it. I just haven't seen it in forever. But yeah, I've seen Heavy Metal. I got a box of Heavy Metal magazines. I don't remember where they came from. I must have bought them in a collection. But I got like the first 30 or so Heavy Metal magazines, starting from issue 1, the American versions. So I got to sit down and read them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I like Heavy Metal. I never saw the sequel, but I like Heavy Metal because for lot of reasons. The animation was great, but also all the voices. 3, 4, 5, 6 botting, so I didn't show it. There's the next symbol. Put it in the bag. It puts the cards in the bag, or it gets the hose. So I put in a link if anybody wants to pop in, but I don't know if this laptop can handle that. So there we go. Here is the next symbol. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So every race has a home world. Every race has a mech. Every race has 3 agents. And every race has a flagship and a trade agreement. So what makes it different is some races have their own technology, and some races have more than one homeworld. The most I've seen is 3 homeworlds, but it's all on one tile, so it's 3 smaller worlds, you know. So here's the next symbol. What do they call that woman who flew on the bird, who's on the cover? What's her name? Varna. She was going after the Lochnar. I know whose Lochnar it is. It's my Lochnar. Yeah, I think her name was Varna. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm glad I did this because I thought everybody had 7 cards. What do I know? So far, everybody has a different amount. This is what Jen played. I remember the 3 L's. This was the Liznet. Like their planet is called 000 because they're like a computer AI people. Yeah, they have unique technologies. Yeah, so they're pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it's interesting because their planet, see, the 5 in yellow, that's how much wealth it produces, and the blue is the influence. So it's not very influential. They don't care about politics. So influence is politics, and wealth is wealth, resources. How can you build stuff, trading, and things like that. This is the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the lion people. I think I'm gonna play them next time. I kind of like being the trade people, and I kind of like the idea of being able to trade with everybody from our board. You know, even at the beginning of the game. You know, think of it as just they got small merchants that are been out there in deep space for a long time when the game started. Like the rest of this is the military. So this is the next symbol, this purple symbol. Who are these people? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. Hey, KO Joe, how you doing? So I sent a message to RJ to see if we'll do comic book team up. It would have to be at midnight. Here's the next one. That also looks like a Green Lantern symbol. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so I'm just checking to make sure every card has that symbol. Like I said, I would just hate that somebody's playing and find out that they're missing a card. You know, and then like, well, of course I didn't win. I'm missing a card. Oh no. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta go get more bags out of that box. I thought I took enough. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Okay, back. A bag full of bags. Perfect. I wanted small bags. These are all too big. So here's the next symbol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. I got nothing else to say. Nobody seems to be talking. So, what's going on with you guys? I was on the Friday night. It's Friday night. Iron Oxide sale, and I got 3 comic book sales Saturday morning. So that was nice. They all said the same thing. I saw you on Friday nights. Comic looks cool. So thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that made my day. Those will go out in the morning. I gotta say that only 2 return to senders. I reached out to them, haven't heard from them yet. And only 2 errors. Only 2 errors, meaning I sent out, and they were both the same mistake. They wanted issue 1 and 2, and I sent them 2 copies, the variant of a number 2 and the regular of number 2. So they don't have number 1 yet. So I got that all boxed up. All that's going out in the morning. And then seems like fulfillment will be complete, 100% done. I can't help the return to senders until I hear from them. Where am I going to mail it? You know what I mean? Get back to me. Get back to me. I can't just send them to the same address again. So I didn't get any return to senders last time. Dave played these guys. I hope you'll do a comic book team up this week. I hope we get an update on RJ's roadmap. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do you mean by RJ's roadmap? What do you mean by that? Can you explain, Zach Tan? I don't quite understand. He's building a road. Is he getting out of Dodge? I know I'm being anal retentive right now. I want all these bags to be the same size. Oh, there we go. Those bags were too big. So here we got, Scott was playing these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Like when he expects projects to reach milestone. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Yeah. If we do it, it'll be midnight because I won't get home from work. I gotta come home, take a shower, and then play. So this is the last one. This is where I played. This is the University of Lalnar or whatever. Were you able to look up Dead Gods of the Computer? I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. Where is it? I looked for it. It sounded interesting, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Okay, so put these back in this bag. And I'm done. So I'll just stick around as long as people are talking. If nobody's talking, I'll end the stream. So what's going on? I'm done with what I set out. Oh, let's see. Can I get the lid on? So there's the box. Can I fit the lid? Yes. Success. 6. I got the lid on. Over here is Gandalf and Sauron's staffs from Weta Wetwork. And over here is Aragorn's sword from Weta Wetwork. It's the same studio that made that made the props for the movies. So they made millions of props for the movie, and then they decided to sell them. So now they go for a fortune, but I got them at many moons ago. John put Dead God's address in. So, anything anybody want to say? I got nothing else to say. Thank you, Arkham. All right. I'm just looking to see if anybody's messaging me. Oh, Arkham entered. Let's see if this crashes the stream. Arkham, if this crashes the stream, don't take offense. See, he's not in. This is my laptop.
Crash?
Laptop. Cheap sell. Yeah, it's not letting me add him. Oh, there we go. Oh.
Hey, guys.
Hey, it's working.
It's working.
Hey, how you doing, Arkham?
Doing good.
So,
doing
yes.
Good. I was just putting in there that I put the link to Dead Gods. The artists and the creators, plethora of work is all on that one website. And I think Dead Gods is the first link there.
Yeah, where is it? Put it in the private chat now, so I could put it in the public chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in private chat.
You have to be a moderator to put links.
Got you. That's probably why.
I heard there was some protest in New York City. So Zach Ted's saying, I heard there was some protest in New York City. They didn't give you any. No, I don't live in New York City. I live way out in the island. So, if I was to drive to Queens, it would take me an hour. So it takes me an hour to drive to work. So if I work in the morning, I take the train because I just don't want to deal with the traffic. But I'm working 3 to 11, so I'm going opposite of traffic. So it's not that bad. So I did not see any of the trouble. I just was amused because today the fare hikes went in. You know how this new communist mayor said he was going to make all the trains and subways and everything free. Instead, he increased all the rates. Sucker fools. There's communism for you. Omnipro says howdy. So I'm trying to retrieve this information, but because it's the laptop, everything's real super slow.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful rendering.
Okay.
The art style is a combination of John Talporowski, I want to say that his name is, the creator of Primal, and kind of like the art style they used for Justice League Unlimited. It's a combination of those two. John, are you with me or did we crash? I think we crashed. Hey, chat, is it John and me, or is it what's going on? What do you guys see? If anything.
I think everything's freezing. So
yeah, you said you're back. You were frozen for 10 seconds.
I clicked that link and it's just.
I bogged you down.
Yeah.
If John, if me being on here is causing lag, I'll jump off.
Yeah, so I can't edit. Yeah, like I said, this is a cheap laptop. I bought it. It was on sale. Well, I'm ending now anyway. I'm gonna go have dinner.
All right.
I just wanted to put these cards and then test to see if I could use my laptop here. I mean, I could use my laptop here, provided because when I play board games here, I use the extra camera, but it seems okay if I'm by myself. But I had
what kind of phone do you have?
A longer cable, but I just redid my desktop, and I used that longer cable so I could hook up. What's that?
What kind of phone do you have?
Oh, if he shares his screen, it's just going to crash everything. So yeah, so I got to buy another longer cable so I could I could run the camera from my real computer. Everything will be fine, and then put my laptop over here just so I could read the comments, like I did the last couple times I board gamed. But I'm gonna end now. This is driving me crazy that it's freezing so much, and I'm done with what I want to do, and I want to go make dinner.
Okay.
So I'll stream during the week, but unfortunately, it's gonna be night. So it'll be around midnight for the time being. I'm working 3 to 11. Yes. Marcus Kellegrew's dad's in the hospital. I haven't heard from Marcus, so I don't know if things are good or bad right now. Yeah, pray for Marcus. Pray for Marcus's dad. Pray for Marcus. He's going through a rough time. But anything you want to say, Arkham, before I shut this down?
No, just I'm just doing more on YouTube now, so more people are more than welcome to check it out.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, check out this channel, like, subscribe, super chat, do all YouTube stuff. Heroic Tales, I got 3 sales on Saturday from the Friday nights. That was really great. And tomorrow I got 3 sales to put in the mail, and then 2 corrections because I only had 2 mess ups. So I'm doing pretty good. So I got 5 boxes to put in the mail tomorrow, and then fulfillment is 100% done unless somebody messages me now and says, "Hey, you messed up." But the website's still open. I'm $200 short of $6,000. Just a nice round number would be fine, and I'm 15 backers short from 200. So either way, either number will be satisfying. I'd like to get to $6,000 or 200 backers by the end of by the time I close it for the next campaign. So that's on you guys. So see you. Goodbye, everybody. And I don't even know if this laptop is so laggy and crazy. Let's try it. The creepy clown. You know where this creepy clown is from, right?
Last episode.
This is from Howdy Doody. It was the last episode of Howdy. Clarabelle never talked. So this is the only time he spoke, and he terrified an entire generation of children. And I think it's hysterical. So bye, kids.
Goodbye, kids.